Max Alert, Commanders Nation. Management just launched a nuclear missile at the NFC East with the acquisition of an elite left tackle. That's got Dallas defensive stars shaking on social media. Meanwhile, drama in our secondary. We lost our top safety to the Raiders. But what if I told you his replacement is the master stroke no one saw coming? And watch out. Another safety might be betraying you to face us in Madrid under the Dolphins flag. Are we bleeding talent, or are we executing the ultimate strategy to reach the Super Bowl? Dare to uncover the explosive truth that has the entire NFL shaking. Subscribe now and leave your LIKE if you want to see Dallas CRY when we take on there. Pass rush. This is Commanders football, and the revolution is just beginning. Attention, Commanders Nation. What did the Washington Commanders just do? Who would think to shake up the NFL this dramatically? Let me tell you, Adam Peters is not playing around, my friends. Right now, this franchise just sent a clear message. To the entire NFC East, the era of decline is over. Laramie Tunsil is a Commander. Steal that. Can you imagine it? Elite protection for Jaden Daniels, a left tackle who has dominated the best pass rushers in the NFL. And you know who else is imagining it? MICAH Parsons. Because the man who has tormented us like no one else in recent years just posted on social media. Is this real? Yes, MICAH. It's real. And it's gonna hurt. But folks, this goes way beyond Dallas. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Giants. Look at the Cowboys. While Jerry Jones is out here signing second-tier running backs and refusing to pay his best player, Washington is building a wall. And guess what? Tunsil is no ordinary brick. This man has been the most consistent tackle since the days of Trent Williams. Just imagine that. Now, let me ask you, what does this mean for Dallas? Jerry Jones keeps insisting on being selective. Well, select this, Jerry. Your team fell behind Washington and Philadelphia in 2024, and now you're just watching as Peters brings in heavy artillery. How much longer will you rely on Prescott and Parsons' so-called magic? Do you really think that will be enough when Daniels has unlimited time to bomb it downfield to Terry McLaurin? And let's talk about Parsons. The guy who made us cry every year with 3 sacks per game is now going to have to face Tunsil twice a season. Do you know how many times Tunsil has allowed more than 5 pressures in a game since 2022? 0. I tell you, this isn't just an improvement, it's a revolution. But listen to this. The Cowboys are doing nothing. They signed Javonte Williams, an injury-prone RB, and 0 defensive line reinforcements. Meanwhile, the Commanders aren't just building to compete. They're building to dominate. Peters understands. Jaden, Daniel's rookie contract window is GOLD, and every move has to be aggressive, decisive. Right now, the message is clear. The NFC East runs through Washington. Philadelphia, dealing with their own chaos. New York, rebuilding. Dallas, what are they? A team too scared to invest, run by a Jerry Jones who seems more interested in rodeos than Super Bowls. And here's my conclusion. If Dallas doesn't wake up, MICAH Parsons won't want to re-sign. Why stay with a team that isn't competing? Washington isn't just winning on the field. They're winning the mental game. Every aggressive move exposes the hesitation of their rivals. And now I ask you, Commanders Nation, do you think this upgraded O-line will be enough to shut down Parsons and sweep Dallas in 2025? Or does Jerry Jones have an ace up his sleeve that none of us can see coming? Did they lose Jeremy Chinn? Or did they just pull off an underrated move? Here's the truth. Washington is on fire, and I'm here to tell you whether Adam Peters has the hoses. How are the Commanders responding after the bombshell Jeremy Chinn jumping to Las Vegas? Buckle up, folks. This is a game of nerves. First things first, Jeremy Chinn, that beast who gave us 117 tackles in 2024, resurrected his career here, was crucial in our NFC Championship run. And now he's heading to the Raiders. A lack of loyalty? No. Business. Chin had to capitalize on his value, and Adam Peters won't be intimidated. Why overpay for a player who, despite being explosive, has coverage gaps? There are no tiers here, folks. This is cold strategy. But WIT, did Adam Peters just sit back and do nothing? Hell, nitrogen monoxide. In less than 24 hours, Washington signed Will Harris, 6 years in the NFL, versatile, a tank who can play safety, nickel, even pound if needed. The cost? $8 million over 2 years, with incentives pushing it to $10 million. Now compare that to the $15 million Chin was asking for. A steal or desperation? I'll tell you, it's pure precision. Will Harris isn't a superstar, but he's got that dog in him. A 47.9% tackle stop rate, Chin, 49.3%. Smart pressure, and guess what? He's cheaper and more disciplined. A downgrade? Maybe, but in the Peters era, this is chess, not checkers. But pay attention. Are they just leaving Harris on an island? Nitrogen monoxide way. Quan Martin is still here, and I bet Peters will bring in another safety in the draft. He's not settling. He wants depth and competition. No more mediocrity like in the Snyder era. Now, the real burning question. Can Will Harris lead like Chin? Chin was electric, but Harris has 134 tackles over the last 2 years and was a key piece in complex schemes for Detroit. He's a system player. And with Dan Quinn running this defense, you know what? I believe Harris will thrive as a steel plate in the secondary. A mistake not re-signing Chin? IT depends. If Chin gets hurt in Vegas, and let's not forget his injury history, Peters will be seen as a genius. If Harris collapses, well, we'll see. But Adam Peters has no fear. He's rebuilding a team with guts and smart spending. And let me warn you, this is just the first chapter. Peters is coming for more, with $35 million still in the bank and a draft loaded with talent. This is just the calm before the storm. You want the playoffs again? This is how you build. No ego. Nitrogen monoxide desperation. Now I ask you, would you have paid $15 million for Chin? Or do you back Peters' move with Harris? This Commanders player might end up in Spain against Washington. What is the team doing, people? Let me tell you this, Commander Maniacs. How is it possible that a team that made it to the NFC Championship and was one step away from the Super Bowl is now letting talent slip away like Halloween candy? Speak up, because I can't hear you. Today's bombshell is that Derek Forrest, our safety, might be signing with the Miami Dolphins. And no, that's not all he could end up facing us in Spain. Can you imagine? But let's break it down. Who is Derek Forrest, and why does Miami want him? I think there's a huge communication breakdown here, people. Forrest was a rising star in 2022-11 starts, explosive tackles, solid coverage. But in 2024, do you know how many defensive snaps he got? 74. LESS than a rookie in preseason. Sure, he found a role on special teams, 153 snaps. But where's the long-term vision, Commanders? This guy is 26 years old, posted a passer rating of 92.8 in coverage. And he might leave for a modest contract. Who in their right mind lets a player like that walk, especially after losing Jeremy Chin to the Raiders? The Spanish connection, a goodbye or just a see you later. Now, let me ask you something. Did you know the Dolphins are the first NFL team to play in Spain? And that Washington will be visiting them in 2025? If Forrest signs with Miami, wouldn't it be IRONIC to see him play against us? In Madrid, fate can be cruel. My friends, Washington has only played once outside the U.S., and now this signing could set up an international revenge game. The crucial question for fans, are the Commanders undervaluing their own talent? Let me be clear, this is not just losing a player. It's a dangerous trend. With nearly 30 contracts expiring, are they just going to let everyone walk if they're not stars? Football games are won with depth, not just big names. Forrest could have been a key piece in the secondary, but they buried him on the bench. Was it a mistake by the coaching staff? Or is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? And now, my final word, if Forrest leaves, it won't be a farewell, it'll be a see you soon. But here's a message for the front office, wake up! You can't afford to lose young talent while your rivals are stacking up. Or do they really want to repeat the disaster of the 90s when the team crumbled because of bad decisions? What? Do you think Commander Maniacs? I want to hear it. Do you think letting Forrest walk is a historic mistake or a brilliant move to make room for new stars? Commander Nation, listen up. Washington's new offensive line promises to be a wall against guys like MICAH Parsons. But do you really think this protection will be enough to dominate Dallas in 2025? And now, let's talk contracts. Jeremy Chin arrived for $15 million. Would you have paid that price? Or do you fully trust Peter's strategy to strengthen the secondary with Quan Martin and Michael Davis? I want to know your thoughts in the comments. But wait, the most controversial decision, letting go of Cameron Curl and now possibly Derek Forrest. Will this go down as a huge mistake? Or a master move to give the spotlight to Jordan McGee? And the future draft stars? Commander Maniacs, this doesn't end here. If you want to be part of the best NFL community, where we break down every decision and shout together in every victory, subscribe and turn on the notifications. Be part of this family that doesn't just follow the team. We live and breathe. Commanders, comment with your theories, share this video with another fan, and get ready for Washington's golden era, Doc. And remember, hail to the Redskins.